Peace, this is Queen Sha Mecca.
And this is Sean Reed. And you're tuned in to FTS Radio. This is a public service announcement. We have an epidemic of lonely women on Facebook. They keep posting how men really ain't shit. But really, it's you. And we have Lady Sha Mecca, Queen Sha Mecca, giving advice on how to keep a man. How you doing, Miss Sha Mecca?
Peace, I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
Pretty good. So we need to know, why can't these lonely females keep a man? Starting with the kitchen.
Well, the kitchen. See, the kitchen issue starts when you're little, though. See, because if your mama ain't teach you when you was little to keep your kitchen clean, then there's a problem. Because when I was coming up, my mama let me know, if you got a dirty kitchen and you can't cook, you will not keep a husband. Okay? So those are the one of the many things that you have to know as a woman, because number one, refinement is important. It's important. You have to be clean and you have to have the skills to cook. How else are you going to feed your family, feed your man? I mean, ramen noodles and, raviolis out the cans, that's not a meal. You got to be able to put some things together, and that's a problem. Most females are feeding their men out the box, and then they wonder why they're running out that box, because they're hungry.
So what we would like to know is, what exactly happens if a female's kitchen smells better than yours?
Well, 9 times out of 10, he's going to go to that kitchen that smells better than yours. So that means ladies need to step their game up. That means go in the kitchen, even if you got to burn a few pots, get it together. Practice makes perfect. You might, burn the noodles the first couple of times, but I'm pretty sure after a while you'll figure out how to boil water.
So let me ask you this. What are the main reasons why it's hard for females to keep a man? Because there's a lot of bitter females that they always put the blame on the male. What are some of the top reasons why it's hard for these females to keep a man in their household?
All right, all jokes aside, to be serious, it's a serious issue. A lot of it stems from daddy issues. A lot of these females come from single parent homes where daddy was either, dead or in jail or just gone. And so it's hard when you got young ladies trying to grow up in a world where they're seeking validation from everyone but the people who should be giving it to them. See, because if your daughter grows up and she never has that strong male figure telling her on a daily basis, you're beautiful, you're worthy, your value is great, it's beyond anyone's reach, like, love yourself, I love you, you're my little princess, you're my queen, daddy's gonna protect you. These females don't know how to have those healthy bonds with men because they've never had it with their own dad, or they don't even have that male figure. Some of them don't have those uncles who come through and check them on a regular and make sure they're okay, and talk to them about these boys and how these boys are going to come at them. So there's a lot of things that they're lacking from the foundation. So you can't build sandcastles and expect, it to last. It just doesn't happen like that. So a lot of these females lack the fundamentals. So when you're lacking the foundation, you really can't build. So these females need a lot of life skills. They need help, coping. They need help gaining these, skills to cope and to be young ladies. So that's one of the many issues, is lacking a father. That's the main issue right there. And number 2 is these single parent homes. What stems from that is a lot of weak women, and a lot of women aren't going to like it, but I'm going to speak truth to power, which is I've seen on my own that a lot of single women go from men to men seeking that love and that validation that I was just speaking on from so many different men, and they don't understand that having babies involved in these situations create futures that are confusing. You know what I mean? So when you've got 5-6 kids and only 2 of them share the same parent, and you've got only one that takes care of their child, but the other 4 and 5 don't got that, there's a problem. And then, you got mommy who's just all over the place, and then you got your daughter seeing that as well. So what are they thinking? They thinking, oh, I'm going to model after mommy because this is how she gets by. So there's a saying, as is mother, so is daughter. So we're their first example as women. So we gotta take it back and take accountability as mothers and fathers for what our children are lacking.
That was deep.
Peace.
I was trying to come back. I was like, wait, that's deep. That's deep.
But it's real though, Sean, because that's what we dealing with on a daily basis. I grew up without my father, and it hurt me that he left my mother to go with another woman who had a baby that wasn't his and raise him. And make sure that he had a proper home and make sure that he had school clothes, but meanwhile, me and my brothers, we flying in the wind. You forgot about us, so it's like we're all dealing with this reality in one way or another. We're connected to this reality because if it ain't you, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's somebody close to you that's dealing with that reality of lacking that foundation of having the mother, the father, and the child, which is man, woman, and child. And that's what your universe should consist of.
So what can females do to improve their situation even if they can't find a worthy man to come into the household? What can a female do to better her household?
Well, first of all, females need to stop trying to improve themselves off of another man's strength. When you want to build yourself up and know who you are and internalize that greatness and know that you can accomplish things on your own without another individual, you have to reflect and look at yourself and make those changes for self. And then once you properly prepared yourself for the world, you can then give everybody else what it is that they're asking or what you're willing to give them. So one thing that us as females have to do is we have to be able to take that constructive criticism, because a lot of females are bitter. So when you try to come to them, sisterhood is lost too as well. So it's hard, to get these sisters to build amongst each other and talk about the problems and try to find a solution because they're so busy trying to outdo one another. Like, we're supposed to be helping one another. Somebody may be going through a divorce and you may have dealt with that, and you may have something that you could give to that sister to bless her through her journey. So it's like we really have to learn to reflect and look at ourselves and find ourselves. That's the key to everything, is finding yourself and knowing yourself. Because once you know yourself, there's nothing no one can tell you about yourself. So that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, you like mad deep, son.
I'm done with you.
Nah, that was bad good.
Don't forget, Sean Reed new album Life is Beautiful on datpiff.com. DJ 250 on datpiff.com. Facebook, Sean Reed DJ 250 spelt out. Sha Mecca Facebook. DJ 250 on Instagram. DJ 250 on Twitter. If you can't spell, it's TWOFIFTY. For those of you that really can't spell it, you need it slow. TWOFIFTY. Purrs.
Sometimes you just gotta sit back. Word up. Look at your life as a whole. Look back in retrospect. Word up. Word up. Right decisions, wrong decisions. Just sit back. I was born 1975. I was the apple in my mother's eyes. No, she cried. Came out December 21st, 1023. Beautiful young black boy, let's name him Sean Reed. First stop after Harlem Hospital. Colonial projects behind the polar grounds. Didn't get to know this town, cause at 2 years old my mother got an apartment on Monroe. 173rd, same building as Arlene. Had 2 sons, it was Jason and Joint T. Felt good growing up with my pops, but in 6th grade, why did it all have to stop? I needed my pops, he was hardly there, living on welfare with no help here, like who the hell cares? A single young black mom's at 23, it was 4 of us, twins came in 83. All this weight put on me, my mom stressed out, wanting me to be the man of the house, but always felt left out. I didn't have the things that the other kids had, like new clothes and they dad, but I always had snaps. Life was a joke to me, cause I never could live in reality. Why I never took life too serious. Everything around me was bunches of bull. 91 hit. Now I'm in a group home in Brooklyn, New York. Had to cut my visit short, now I'm back up in court. The judge gave me 3 months to live with my pops. It didn't work out, back up in my mother's house.
Everything gone wrong, supposed to we be David like the chorus to a wax song. Months passed on, back up in court, got a 12-month pins. Judge trying to do me in, moved to Long Island, place St. Mary's. The year 2 months was long, was not happy, now I'm back on the street. And in 92, me and moms got along 6 months, we was cool, now I'm back in the group. A year and a half, a hard head do, make us off and won't last, graduate 94 out of Taft, went to college about a year and a half, but school was kinda whack, odd jobs put clothes on my back. 97 went to YU, security job, kinda cool, gotta deal with Mike Smooth back then. Kinda hype, went to record my single that day. Met my wife, made a change in my life. Next year and a half, got a pad, shining crystal, about to make me a dad. 2 years after that, we got married, and 1 year after that, she bounced on me.